Excuse the lisp, I'm still waiting for this fucking tooth to fall out. I don't care. But I wanted to just have a little chat. I've got my feet up because, and I've heard today a lady in town, as you know, out and about, saying she's got back problems. This is lower back problems. Now, mine went yesterday or the day before, whilst I was changing the shelving. So that's why I've got my feet up. But I do also think that when we jump timelines and when we move into a new territory, I could call this getting the sea legs, I guess. But when we move in, when we shift, something has to shift, so we don't just shift mentally and then in the 3D we shift, but then something shifts inside us. So this is all down in the root chakra, solar, sacral root chakra that it's feeling. So, hi Mark. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on and just highlight that as we're going to go into a message from the Ravens, and I always do I always go with the signs. Have a quick fag. I got a picture of a sofa with ravens all over it, and so I always go with whatever. You know, if I get a raven or I see a raven or someone sends me a picture of a raven. Also, I closed something out. Someone sent me a picture of a raven on top of a wolf. And a lot of us have just closed out wolf in sheep's clothing energy. And the raven was on top, so sitting on top of the wolf's head, actually. So look out for the signs, always look out for the signs. Hopefully my tooth doesn't come flying out mid-fucking reading, can you imagine? And then, I think it's just about to rain here. How's the sound, Mark? Is it good? Can you hear me? I think we're just about to get some rain, so it may go a bit funny, I don't know. I think the bars are good. The bars are good. So I'm seeing a lot of unions. I've got me old raven out. What I'm going to do is move it all down to the cards, that's it. There we go. I've got the old raven out with my little raven skulls. I'm seeing a lot of unions. I'm seeing a lot of people getting together, coming together vibrationally, pretty much all around me. So we're going to ask for a message for the collective of the highest timeline leading up to this eclipse. We're in eclipse season. Eclipsing is all about eclipsing out, either outwardly or inwardly. Normally we do the inner work, then we see it play out, but it can happen the other way around. I haven't used these yet since I've moved. So highest message from the Ravens for the collective, for the energy leading up to this solar, I think it's a new moon in Virgo with an eclipse. I think it's a solar eclipse. Highest timelines, gateways, portals, protection of the highest level. What would the Ravens like the collective to know when we're looking at romance, soulmate, union? Well, that flew. That flew, and we've got the 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Let's see what landed. I can't pick it up. Here we go. Let's see what landed. Is that the Death card? Looks like the Death card. End of, which would actually go with, hi darling, how's the sound? Is the sound okay? Would actually go with the eclipse coming up in the new moon, because it's the end of the cycle, it's the beginning of the new. So we've got the death card, but also at the bottom of the deck, see there, he's got the raven behind him, and it's in like a silhouette, it's in like an imagery, it's like a picture. It's something that's closed out because it's behind him. And it's almost like when we look at pictures or photographs or anything, it's behind us. It's a reflection of the past. So some major cycle has been closed out. And bottom of the deck, we got the Six of Cups. Now the Six of Cups in the normal tarot is this childlike sort of feeling, people coming back from the past possibly, but here we've got these two ravens, and there's a mirror. So this thing that may have closed out could have been something that was mirroring something back to us. Hello. Could have been something that was a bit of a what? Echo. Could have been something that was being mirrored back to us. So this could be shadow work. And when I see the Six of Cups, I think inner child work, definitely a childlike state. So we could have had something mirrored back to us that could have been like a test of, are you going to react or respond like you did when you were a child? This looks or feels like childhood healing going on in this mirror reflection. Or we could be attracting, because when I'm saying it's like Seven of Pentacles underneath that, we're going to get a bit more on this, but we could be attracting something now that we've closed out this cycle of something that is going to mirror us, something that is going to make us reflect. Something that, you know, it's like childhood wounds. There's, like I say, there's lots of unions coming together now, but it's very important that we recognise what is trauma bonding or what is a reflection of. So we're gonna go a bit deeper. I'm going to get my cards out and see where this connection is, but it's the death of, the beginning of something new, which actually makes sense now that do I need some light? Are we all right for light? Let's see where this is. What is the connection? Where is the connection? Give me something on the connection. So, past flames. Past flames. I've got the horse, it's the Pegasus with the wings. So it's not like it's chariot, it's like chariot energy, but on the shadow side, but not just like moving forward, actually taking flight, actually owning that shadow and growing some wings and taking flight. That was at the bottom of the deck. And there's a butterfly there. So definitely transformation. This is what's caused the death of. He's on some kind of animal. But like I say, and with wings as well. So we've both got the wings here. It's like this... I've learnt that, I've closed it out, I'm not going to repeat it. I've looked at the reflection of what it was trying to teach me, and I'm moving forward. I'm not just moving forward, I'm flying forward. So we've got the flames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I always see this as not twin flame, but past flames. Closing out, death of, it's like blowing out those candles, because there's 5 of them. 5 represent change, and 5s also represent, well, it represents lack, it represents, you know, poverty, but emotionally it represents like, you know, it's not equal. There's regret there. It's not in balance. It's not in harmony. So this is actually closing out past flames or past attachments of relationships. So old flames, attachments of relationships that no longer serve us. They need blowing out. And this is what this eclipse is offering us. To learn the lesson, do the shadow work, see whereabouts with these old flames. It's like, okay, what was this one trying to teach me? Where in my childhood what was it reflecting back to me? Blow it out, cut the cord, clean. And then again, it's like closing out old flames. Right, we are, all right, so I'll put that there. We're going to ask the Doreen Virtue romance cards. How's the noise? Good? Started raining, so... Right, let's see where Doreen Virtue romance cards. Where is this death? Old flames. It might just be old, it might be flames that you had for people as well. I mean, the 6 of Cups suggests people coming back round. But when I see this one and it's got the mirror, it's like, what is it trying to mirror back to you? What have we got to learn from this? So, give me a little bit more on this death, the 5 flames. The 5 is definitely change. And we've got codependency. Okay, so this is closing out anything that was codependent. Codependency can be, and when we're talking about romance, it can be within ourselves, so it can feel a little bit like codependency in you mistaking attention for affection is a codependency. Sitting around waiting for a text is codependency. Not being able to sit on your own is codependency. This is what this eclipse, this might be representing these old flames. 5, letting go of. So we've got the death of, closing out. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So this is either inwardly or outwardly, but normally we do the shadow work. Like I say, we do the shadow work, we grow a set of wings and fly. So what's being offered here is the chance to look back on old flames, old situations, old relationships, and recognise in childhood, possibly, where there was codependency, to clear it out, to blow them out. The death of. Past life relationship. So again, yeah, it could be past life. You have known each other before. So sometimes when we meet up with people and we think, oh my God, you know, this is it, and then there's triggering that goes on, there could be codependency that goes on. It could be a past life attachment that we're not aware of until after it's finished. And that was at the bottom of the deck, so I'm going to keep that at the bottom of the deck because that is very 6 of Cups as well. Someone coming back from the past. Childhood, past life relationship. We're going to go back to the Ravens. and see what else we get with this. The 5 candles is change, massive change, codependency. What is that? 8 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands is fast movement forward, action. This is like not sitting around. This is opportunities coming in. Now they're all sitting on top of wands. When I see wands, I think about the magic that we hold. The lessons that we learn once we've completed a death cycle, an end of, beginning of. We come out with a wand. The 8 of Wands is fast movement forward. So there's opportunities coming in. It may be opportunities that actually are reflecting back to us. Have I learned where there's codependency? Somebody who constantly texts you all the time, you know, love bombing, that kind of thing. It's like, what are you up to? But there's 8. 8 is a cycle. Let's get some more on that. I want to get some more. But it's also expansion. So once we close out these 5 candles, blow them 5 candles out, past flames, whatever you want to call them, it leaves more room. It leaves more room to fly. It leaves more room to grow wings. And it also leaves more, it's expansion. So anything, once we've closed out anything that was or is codependency, it actually expands. So I'm looking for rainbows. It actually expands, and that's the card of expansion. And especially if it is past life. Once you start cutting the cords of past life relationships, then you are expanding your field, you're expanding your inner self, your heart chakra, to be open to more opportunities. This is opportunities and news flying in, coming in fast. Give me something else. Give me something on this, on these 5 flames. See what we get with these 5 flames. So it might be like 5 lessons. We've got the 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords, as you can see there, it's the raven calling, well, taking the mouse out. So this would be codependency. When I'm looking at it romantically, it's someone or something that is eating away at your energies because they are codependent on you, or vice versa. 7 of Swords to me is, it's mental. Anything that is in the swords is mental space. But the ravens actually called it out. The robber mouse, I call it, called it out. So when I asked about these old flames, I got the 7 of Swords, which meant that, it was almost like mind games going on. A little bit manipulative. I mean, it can mean, being strategic. But when I see this card, it's like the ravens grabbed the mouse, off it goes. And that is codependency. Bottom of the deck, and we've got the full moon here. We've got the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is fast action, movement forward, something coming in. Something, Knights, let's get a bit more on that. Oh, 9 of Cups. So, with this Death card, eclipsing out anything past flames that was 7 of Swords, not 100%, codependency, actually calls in your 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment, but also 9s represent like near the end of a 10. It's like the 10 of Cups. It's that oh my God, it nearly came out. Manifesting energy, manifesting energy, that you can call in what it is that you want, but we have to do the shadow work. We have to do the clearing out. We have to blow out the old flames. And that could be just little things that ignite us, little passions. But it is, this is the death of, including past life. Anything that's codependent will call in the Nine of Cups. See what else we get. And that is eclipsing. Eclipse is like when the dark goes over the light and then gets kind of reborn again. Right into the shadow, I feel. Right. Is it time to move on? Is it time to move on? You decide what your Nine of Cups is. I've got 9 cups in front of me. What am I going to fill them with? What actually is it that I want in my cups? And that's about setting boundaries. That's about saying, you know, 9 cups, right, you know, this, it's definitely, I want this, I want that, this person needs to have these qualities. I think it's time to move on. So, we're going to move on. Oh, one more. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles, she sits in her abundance. She doesn't chase, she creates. She knows her worth. She just manifests from this, I have everything I need. I don't look outside myself for anything. Sitting in the Queen of Pentacles with the crown is root chakra healing. She's gone through the Ace, you know, the making her mind up. She's worked her way right up to the 10 of Pentacles, but in the divine feminine energy of, I don't chase, I create. I call it into me. That's bottom of the deck. And what fell out was the 10 of Cups, wish fulfillment, and the Chariot. Okay, so that Chariot looks like the 10 of Cups. Let's start with the 10 of Cups. So we go from getting rid of, closing out any old flames or anything that is in the energy of 5, which is lack, change, and codependency. Then gives us expansion in the heart space, calling out the 7 of Swords. This isn't good enough. This is taking up too much of my time and energy. Robber Mouse, calling it out. Into, right, you now have a wish fulfillment. I do feel that this eclipse has got manifesting, wishing, you know, energy all over it. Onto the 10 of Cups. It's like all my cups are full. I have everything, and this isn't, the Queen of Cups doesn't rely on anyone outside of herself to fill her 10 of Cups. She fills her own 10 of Cups and then attracts a 10 of Cups in. So if you are lacking or have codependency anywhere, then you will attract, like the 6, and a reflection of where you are codependent. But the Queen of Pentacles isn't codependent on anybody. So she will be in the energy of 10 of Cups. All my 10 cups are full. I've done this myself. I didn't rely on other people, places, situations. This could be, you know, partnerships. This is even down to friendships, partnerships, work, family. All her cups are full. Ten of Cups, wish fulfillment. And then we've got the Chariot. So like I said before, this is integrating the shadow work. Integrating the shadow work, that does look kind of like a new moon, but I think there's healing with that star in there. I feel like there was some real powerful, strong healing in order for this Chariot to move in the right direction. And the Chariot's been pulled by two ravens as well. I'm trying to get a look. Let's have a look at... I should have put my glasses on. They look like they're on the edge of a cliff, but the wheel actually looks like a moon. And they're in like this little box. But it's like it's shadow work, but it has actually been done in the light under the moon. And then moving forward, integrating that shadow work, which again will create expansion. We can't be open to receiving anything new and going through a death if we're still carrying old flames, baggage, whatever you want to call it, past life relationships. There isn't any room, for giving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. And again, that's there he's in red, which is what I was saying is very root chakra, very base root chakra. And there's enlightenment there as well. So what this is really a little bit of enlightenment around past flames, past relationships, seeing where there was codependency, addictions. Addictions to what? Addictions to just being with somebody, addictions to drugs, addictions to, codependency can show up in so many different forms. But when we close it out, that's when we forgiving and learning. So we forgive ourselves, we forgive the other people, and that is the Chariot. That's integrating the shadow and the light, and then moving forward, recognizing it as, this is a pattern that I've been carrying around with me. But I forgive myself and I forgive anyone that was involved, and that way it actually cuts the ties. So I'm now going to go to the guardian angels and see what they've got to say on the subject. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, so this does turn. This does actually bring in these new opportunities. Queen of Pentacles sits in the Wheel of Fortune energy. She's never in a state of lack. Give me something on the codependency, death card, and the past flames. I mean, I say they're past flames because it came up with past. I mean, you might have new flames coming in, but this feels like very much like if candles burn out, or you blow them out. There's a saying, isn't there? When you still got a... Oh my God, it's gone. Still holding a flame for someone. That's an actual thing, and that could be past life as well, but it could also be codependent, holding an old flame. And with the Seven of Swords, I'd say it was more in the mental space, more, but there's expansion there. When we go from the Seven of Swords to the Eight of Wands, once we realise that, it's probably not... it probably is codependency. It's probably not on both sides. Manifest your dreams. So like I said, 9 of Cups that fell out on, 10 of Cups, and Queen of Pentacles. Manifest your dreams. You're ready to go. There's no need for additional preparation. Take the first steps towards the changes you desire, even if they're small steps. Notice signs that guide you in the right direction, as well as resources, support that miraculously appear. So it's about recognising the signs. What number is it? It's number 1. So it's new beginnings, recognising the signs. There's cherubs here. And it does feel like it feels like they've got like this treasure box, and they've got almost wands. So it's like, yeah, 9 of Cups, manifest your dreams, call it in. Underneath, and it's a 6 as well, is open your heart. Allow love to grow and bloom all around. You've waited for this emotionally fulfilling experience for such a long time, and now the time has come. Make your choices by listening to your heart, then following the steps you're guided to take. Joy will lead you to a vibrant new... Look at them, they're like the king and queen. So that's union. But this happens when we have union within. When we are Queen of Pentacles, self-sufficient, self-dependent, not looking for anything outside of ourselves, with an open heart after clearing out. I'm now going to go to the Psychic Tarot. How's the connection? Are we still good? The Psychic Tarot. But this is calling for a death. This is not as in, end of. Which is what the eclipses do. They eclipse anything out, and it's inwardly, and then we see it in the 3D. So, give me something on this death, the Chariot, the 7 of Swords, codependency, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. Open your heart and manifest your dreams. I swear the root chakra just wanted to come out. Sacral chakra. Temptation. So there is temptation. There is it's almost like pulling in different, I'm not going back there again. I can see this for what it is. And it's almost like there's 2 faces. But the temptation is there. The temptation to fall back into codependency. And this is the work that needs doing on the sacral chakra. I'm going to actually read it because I think it's important. Number 2. I think they're at the back. And I should have got some glasses, so this might so, the colour orange, the sound is vam. It's a water element, and it rules the testicles and ovaries, and I want. So this is where the healing, that Chariot and like that star healing. Known as the sacral chakra, the 2nd chakra is located 2 fingers below your navel and relates to emotions, desires, creativity and sexuality. To keep this chakra balanced and its energy flowing, try dancing, moving your hips, lower abdomen, use a colour meditation and practice yoga. Express your sexuality and nurture yourself, and remember, you do matter. So that was what I said at the beginning of this. I feel like there is some sacral, and that's the temptation. The temptation could be not to slip back into codependencies of booty calls, one-night stands. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we want to manifest our dreams and have 9, 10 of Cups, then we need to sit in this Queen of Pentacles energy. I don't chase, I create, I call it in. And if nothing comes in, then I'm happy being on my own. I don't need anybody. Let's see if we get anything else. How are we doing so far? Sacral chakra. Give me something else. Codependency. Manifest your dreams with the Death card. Or is it time to move on? Anything else? Well, I don't. Yeah. If you want to be tagged, let me know. Patience and planning. Now there's a 7 in here, so this is choices, and it's like a gateway, but it's requiring patience. And we need, if we have had codependencies, especially from childhood, in sexuality or whatever, in that area, this is asking us to be patient with ourselves. There is an opportunity here to go through these two, what look like, it is a gateway, but it's built on strong foundations. So patience and planning. And it's red, solar plexus. So we've got the sacral chakra and the solar plexus, and I did feel like there was a lot of energy going around there. And the solar plexus is yellow, fire, and the word I can. I'm going to hold it up. Oh, there we go. The solar plexus chakra is located between the navel area, just below the rib cage, and it represents power, vitality, willpower, self-esteem and confidence. The energy centre where your emotions and feelings are recorded. This chakra is associated with clear sentience, inner feeling, which is the major psychic receptive area. To balance this chakra, you may want to try yoga, dance, movement or breath work with colour. In addition, and be aware of the people who drain your energy. So again, that's looking out for codependency. Workshops and classes that focus on empowerment will help you open and harmonise this area. Okay. So that may take some patience and planning to recognise where is it in myself, where is it showing up in my relationships, especially. Partnerships. So we're going to close with a message from the Angel Tarot. Forgiving, releasing. A very good, I think it's not the Ho'oponopono, is it the Ho'oponopono? It's, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. It cuts the cord. You're not apologising for yourself, you're not apologising for anyone's behaviour, but I'm sorry is, I'm sorry as in, please forgive me. It's about forgiveness. That actually severs the attachments and the codependency. Thank you, I love you. thanking you for the lessons. This landed on manifest your dreams. Four of water. Missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom, open your eyes to the possibilities. So the Four of Water is this, like, I'm a little bit bored. And sometimes when these new moons come up, when these eclipses come up, like I said, there is the temptation to go back. There is the temptation not to want to sit on your own. There is codependency. So that's what it's saying. Discontentment or boredom, open your eyes to the possibilities, or just open your eyes to actually recognising where it is. I'm not going to close with that, but I am going to go a bit deeper into it because she is in water, and there's a chalice there, and there's a treasure box. So there is an opportunity here to, especially with the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra, is to see, have enlightenment around those flames, those old flames, and see where there was discontentment, boredom. Was it codependency? I'm going to finish, no, I'm not going to finish with that, because bottom of the deck we've got the Nine of Earth. So the Nine of Earth, empowering life, little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. Look at her. She's absolutely glowing. And like I said, this is heart chakra healing. She does not chase, she creates. She's happy on her own. She's content. So this Four of Water might come up, but it's solar plexus and sacral chakra healing that we're being offered during this Virgo new moon eclipse, to recognise codependencies, looking at old flames, and then forgiving and learning, and then sitting in this, the Nine of Earth, which is really the Nine of Pentacles. I'm okay on my own, doing my own thing. I love you lots.